Welcome everybody. This is Kara with Follow Your Arrow Tarot, and I will be doing the 2018 February general reading for the sign of Virgo. But before I get into the general reading, I will do Virgo's intuitive reading based on just meditation and vibes that I got for your sign before I started, along with information that I researched regarding your sign for the month of February. So before I get started, Virgo, thank you for coming to my channel and watching this video. Just some information for you before we get started. Be aware that Mercury will go retrograde here in almost a month, March 5th through March 29th, so get ready for that. Also, just keep in mind that the full moon for February will be on the 19th. I'm recording your video on February 12th, so the full moon is just right around the corner, and I believe it's going to have really big effects for Virgo. So Virgo, when I was meditating on your sign, the words and the feelings that came to mind were shy and skittish. And this month's reading, considering it's February, I'm going to be focusing on love, life, and relationships. Romantic relationships will be the concentration. I will be doing the general reading using the Rider-Waite tarot, as I always use, but I'll also be using different clarifying oracle cards for messages regarding love, life, and romantic situations. I'll be using the Romance Angel oracle cards by Doreen and the Work Your Light oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. Okay, so skittish, shy. If you are a Virgo that is in a relationship or dating somebody or even in a marriage, I just have a feeling that you were the shy person from the get-go. You're very introverted. Your romantic partner may have pursued you. They may have been the one that asked you out. Even if you're a guy, I feel like the guy was the one that pursued you, and it's always been such the way. I feel as though for you, Virgo, you may have been a late bloomer, late developer in the sense of you might have dated later in life, or you had your first kiss, or your first sexual encounter, or your first relationship a little bit later, which is totally okay, but it's kind of made you feel like, you know, romance is difficult for you. It's hard to navigate. You're still figuring it out and discovering about yourself. You may be a little bit self-conscious. But unfortunately, Virgo, the vibes I got for you for this month, although you're feeling skittish and scared, the world has a way of shocking you, so you figure it out. And so Virgos, this month is no exception in the topic of love. Something is going to happen this month. For some of you Virgos, again, this is a general reading, that's going to make you have to tackle these feelings of intimacy and relationship and love and what that all means, and your passion and how you show that extrovertedly. Okay, this will be a dramatic month. Something's going to happen. There's going to be a monumental point in the month. For some of you Virgos, with your partners and your relationships, that's going to have you be going, what? And it kind of reminds me of that meme of, like, is it a goat or something that, like, his face, his jaw's just open, and it's just like that the look of, like, say what? Or like, okay, I'm going to be real with you Virgos. Got the feeling of unplanned pregnancy. Like on Valentine's Day, your wife may just slip in that pregnancy test that says she's pregnant. Or you both may have a little accident, so be very careful this month. I feel like the world's going to plant something in your life out of your control, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Okay. This month for you, you're really in your singularity and your individual self, and if you're in a relationship, you're trying to figure out how, because Virgos are they're like the hermit, they're so like the hangman, they're so They're intuitive and smart, but very much to themselves and trying to figure out how that looks like and feels like in a relationship where you have to be open and communicate. And there's two of you becoming one person. It could be a little bit hard for you because you're very autonomous, very good at being yourself and by yourself. It's hard to have to share yourself with somebody else. I totally get it. But the new moon is going to be a really good time of month for you, Virgo. New moon is always a great sign of starting things new, rebirth, change. It's the dawning of a new relationship for you. So if you're a single Virgo, okay, don't feel lonely. There will be a new love interest or something coming to you in the near future. Maybe not by Valentine's Day, but it is coming. And it's coming soon because it's waiting for you to develop that singularity and individuality where you now really are comfortable and know who you are in your own skin to where you feel comfortable and confident in being with somebody else. Virgo, the feeling I'm getting is you're very right-brained right now, artistic. When I was meditating, I got an image of someone doing art and painting, almost like a Pollock picture, and flicking paint everywhere. And you're very, very creative, but very by yourself, and you're very smart and wise. It's just people don't get to see that side of you a lot of the times. To me, you're like one of the most authentic people of the zodiac. You just know what it means to be you, and you don't know anything else. And when you're around people who are different from you and you have to kind of blend, it kind of feels weird. It's like a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit. You kind of don't know, you're kind of like that wallflower of the party or at the dance. Towards the beginning of the month, Mars will be in Aries in your 8th house of death and rebirth. So it might sound scary, but it's good. Rebirth is a time to start new, and death doesn't necessarily mean a death or someone's going to die. It just means something in your life is ending, and for the good, hopefully. And it will square with Pluto in your 5th house of children, pregnancy, and creativity. So like I was saying, you could be a Virgo that's really creative this month, or maybe you're with someone and you're creating something, a surprise for Valentine's Day. Maybe you're proposing, or you're just planning this really elaborate night and evening and gift for your spouse or your significant other. And or like I kept saying, I kept getting the feeling of child and pregnancy. So if you're a Virgo who's been expecting a child or trying for a child, this month or your near future may be a really good time for you to be trying. If you're not trying and you don't want children, I feel as though this is a real fertile month for you, whether you're a Virgo male or female. I kept getting the image of the, is it the Empress? Yes, the Empress, a lot for you, and things are going to be unplanned. So maybe you're in a relationship and, your spouse has been wanting children and you talk about it, but you put it off, and because you're just so nervous, you're like, I need to be prepared. I need to have everything ready, and I'm not, and I don't even know who I am yet, and I'm not even that old yet. Life is going to just bring it to you. So if that's not what you want right now, be very careful, because I kept getting that image for you. So be careful about unwanted or unexpected pregnancies, because somebody this month, a Virgo, mark my words. Oh, that wasn't it. I thought I just saw it. Mark my words here. Someone's going to be pregnant who's a Virgo. I also feel as though for some Virgos, the reason why you have a hard time integrating with other individuals, especially the person you love, is because you have a deeper level of pain. You're very in tune and sensitive with your emotions, and when you feel things, you feel them at a lot deeper level than most others. And you may have had some deep pain in your childhood. You may have had pain through rejection, but you're going to start healing, and I feel like you're going to have really good fortune this month and in the future, especially if you're just honest with yourself, honest with how you feel, and being okay to be your authentic self, but also talking to people about it. You may not talk a lot, but it's important. because your partner really wants to hear you, I feel. They really want to know who you are deep down. And maybe you're very superficial when you talk about feelings because you're not comfortable with them. But if you do, you'll be happy you did. Around February 3rd, Venus will be in Capricorn in your 5th house. So again, creativity, joy. There's going to be a little bit of an aura of maturity about you. So you're growing, which is great. You're going to have some really wonderful blessings. That female wisdom coming in. So femininity. That word's hard. If you're a male Virgo, maybe you're more on the feminine side. But again, blessings, maturity, joy. There you go. Kid. I keep thinking, is it the 6 of Cups? Children. I'm telling you, children. Around the 4th, we've got the new moon in Aquarius in your 6th house of work, service, and sickness. So you may, for some of you Virgos, may have some challenges this month in regards to work and your health. And I think a lot of it has to do with yourself. You're very self-sacrificing, and you worry about others more than you worry about yourself. And so maybe the sickness just comes from negligence, not, keeping in your checkups, or something's been nagging you, but you just try to ignore it because you're so worried about everybody else. Or you're just working really hard and not paying attention, and you just are drained of energy. Around the 12th or the 13th, Mars will conjoin with Uranus in Aries in your 8th house. So again, death and rebirth. But this time, towards the middle of the month, it's going to be a death or rebirth, how you make it. So it's either going to be a breakthrough, something amazing, a blessing in disguise, or it's going to be a disruption. Something, if you look at it in a negative light, it's going to feel like your whole world's shaken with what happens. And I'm going to tell you what, the universe is going to do it, and there ain't nothing you can do about it, Virgo, so get ready. The 19th of the month, there will be a full moon in your home sign of Virgo. So again, keep in mind self-care. Be cognizant of how your independence, your self-awareness. And I do think one of the main topics this month for Virgo will be intimacy. Whether you're not, maybe that's an issue with your relationship. Maybe you're not as confident. Maybe you're wanting more intimacy, but you don't know how to ask for it. So Virgo, don't be skittish, and say what you need to say. Be willing to be vulnerable. Okay. All right. Let's get into the tarot reading for Virgo for the month of February 2019. Spirits, what messages do you have for Virgo in the month of February 2019 in respect to love, life, and relationships? What messages do you have for Virgo? Virgo. Messages, love, life, and relationships. Here we go, Virgo. 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 So the first card that popped out was the 10 of Cups in reverse. So like I was saying, like, children and family are coming your way, but you're not ready for it. I don't see this card. I mean, normally when I see the 10 of Cups in reverse, it's like, like a relationship not working or the commitment not being made. But I'm seeing this in a different light for you this month, Virgo, and it's more so you not being ready for this. It's like, it's almost like this happiness is overwhelming to you and it intimidates you and you're scared. And I don't know if it's from a fear of not being good enough or maybe from like a past thing of you're so afraid to have something so good because you're worried that it won't work out, just like other things maybe in your past. The next card is you have the King of Wands. So I feel with the King of Wands, this is where that individualistic, artistic, right-brained thinking type of king comes. You're very much into, I mean, even look at it as aesthetics. He's very beautifully dressed, you know, his outwardly appearance. And I think Virgos, you're very cognizant. I think it's a way to control the anxiety you have inside, is that you're very meticulous and careful about what you present on the outside. I think you're a very righteous leader if you're in a relationship, or the things that you do. You're very methodical and careful about the decisions that you make and who they affect. But I feel as though you're a little apprehensive, and I get that with the look. And the King's face is like, he's present, but he's thinking of something else. But he's, you know, also sure of himself in a sense of he's making others feel comfortable, like he knows what he's doing, but there's something ticking underneath. And I normally don't even get that feeling for the King of Wands. It's really interesting because the King of Wands is supposed to be a fiery energy, strong, and you know, forthcoming, and you know exactly what you want. But for some reason, the King of Wands is really, I'm interpreting it differently. The energies are a lot different for you, Virgo. What other messages do we have for Virgo in the month of February? Virgo, what messages do we have for Virgo in regards to love? All right, so we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. It could mean that maybe a lot of options that you thought you had aren't there. The options you're looking for are not presenting themselves. Maybe on purpose. This is the universe's way of not making it easy for you, because if it gave you all the answers, then you would easily be able to navigate the 3D world. And I think for Virgo, you try to act like you know what you're doing, and let life kind of choose for you, but life's like withholding some of the options so you can be a more decisive Virgo, and have confidence and make a definitive choice yourself. You're kind of that person where when they're given options, you're like, well, what do you think? Or what do you think I should do? Or, you know, if your spouse is like, do you want to go to this restaurant, that restaurant? You're like, well, whatever you want, dear. You know, you're not, what's the word? You're not confrontational. You're apprehensive. You're not the one who makes the choice often. And I think that's why you're not committing. You're just not confident. What messages do we have for Virgo? What messages do we have for Virgo? Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo. Okay. Messages for Virgo. The Four of Cups. And then finally the universe says, okay, so we've been keeping choices away from you so you would make a decision on your own, but you're still playing the Virgo game and you're not making a choice. You're just sitting under the tree by yourself. Everything's right in front of you. Even the universe is like, here's love. Because the cups show love. You know, cups are about emotions and love. Here's the answer. And you're like, I don't see it. I don't know. You know, like very, you know, reclusive, you know, that very reclusive energy. Almost as if like this is, you know, if you were a Virgo and you're a boy, this is like you in your teenage years. And this is like you in your adult years. And even though you've moved up in status, you still have this whole like apprehensive, like, I don't know, you know, kind of look. You're kind of aloof. That's the word I'm looking for. A little aloof. And you've got it right in front of you. Maybe the relationship you have is right in front of you. And you can totally have this, Virgo. But for some reason, you're just not choosing it. And I don't think it's not because you don't love the person you're with or like them or enjoy their company. It's you're scared. There's fear. You're scared of something. Being judged, being so, maybe you're afraid of commitment, of it being so like in stone forever. Maybe that scares you. I'm not sure. Maybe you're so used to being alone. What other messages do you have for Virgo for the month of February of 2018? Messages for Virgo. Messages for Virgo. Okay, but then on the other hand, you want to make an offer. You know, this page of cups to me is one of the happier pages. It's youthful. It's giving an offering of emotional stability and love, and you only see one fish in the sea, and they're right for you. And again, with the garb, artistic, you're very, even how he dresses, it's very artistic and presentable, and putting your best face forward. It's a way that Virgo can control how it feels on the inside, but by controlling the outside. Maybe that's why you're oppositional defiant, because it's a way of control. By not making a choice, you're in control. And look, we've got cups, 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 and cups. So Virgo, you could be in a relationship with a water sign, Pisces, Cancer. What's my other water sign? Pisces, Cancer. It could be with a Pisces because of the fish. But cups are all about love and emotions. And you've got 2 in the upright, 2 in the reverse. However, the 4 of cups, even in the upright, is kind of a card to me. What other messages do we have for Virgo? Let's get some clarification. What is the outcome of Virgo? Yeah. Okay, 6 of Swords. Leaving. I think this means kind of like the rebirth in your 8th house. You're leaving the old version of you, and you're moving forward. And I see, 2 people here. So you're trying to work hard for the people that you love, but God, this card. But it feels like everybody is so to themselves at the same time. And I don't feel like there's any talking going on this boat. It's very quiet. I feel like if you have a family or a relationship, you're very quiet. Interesting. A lot of male energy, though. Like almost all of the energy here is male. So I think this is definitely potentially a reading for a Virgo male. Next card you got is the 9 of Wands in the upright. So maybe this is one reason why you're so apprehensive, is because you've been damaged and hurt in the past, whether it's from other relationships, being rejected. I feel as though like maybe you were picked on or bullied. And even if you're an adult, you allow others to do that to you. So you just have you lack confidence. I feel like that's what it is. You're timid, you're shy, you're skittish. And all these lonely cards, one guy and all these cards. What's the outcome for Virgo? The outcome for Virgo. So you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, and normally, which is really interesting, because normally in the upright, this is, I see this as the bee of the zodiac. Like she cuts through the crap, and in reverse, it's like maybe this is the power that you kind of need a little bit of. You need to be decisive. You need to be, it's an air sign, swords in the mind, and thoughts, and you're not decisive. You're not sure. You're not confident. You don't say how you feel. You're reclusive. You keep it to yourself. And maybe that's where the health stuff kind of comes into, is you're holding things inside. Let's get one more card for Virgo. Whoa. Let's go cards. Figure it out. Virgo. What last message do we have for Virgo in the month of February? Virgo. Virgo outcome. Gosh. And then you have the King of Swords right next to the Queen of Swords in reverse. And then you have Nine of Wands. So, whoa, interesting. So like I said, some news, something is going to come in very quickly towards the end of the month. Be careful. It might be words, because the wands. It would be words. Something said it's going to come in. Gosh. Virgo, you have me so Twitter-pated. Like, I don't even know. It's just crazy. Let's get some clarification from the Romance Angel Oracle cards. Clarification for Virgo in the month of February in love, life, and relationships. Let's get 3 cards, please. For Virgo. 3 cards for Virgo. Please clarify this reading. Virgo. No earth signs in here. Only air, fire, and water. So with the fire, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. Air, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. Lack of passion. Passion's in the reverse. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Passion reverse. 10 of Cups reverse. You're not allowing yourself to be happy and joyful in your love. If you're in a relationship, you're like keeping it away from yourself, and I don't know why, because you could so have this. You could so have the happy ending, Virgo. You'd be great at it, but for some reason you're keeping it from yourself. You're scared. I think it's out of fear. Here we go. It is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Isn't that what I just said? So funny. Like, you can do it. You could do it. And then retreat in reverse. You don't need to retreat anymore. Don't be reclusive anymore. Do not be reclusive anymore. Go on a walk with your partner. Okay? Notice they're getting married in this picture. Commitment. It's time to disconnect from the world. No, it's not. That's why it's in reverse. It's not time to disconnect from the world anymore, Virgo. You do that too much. Okay? Bottom of the deck, calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So if you're a single Virgo, like I said, love is coming. If you really want it, you will manifest it, and it will come. Be patient. If you're a Virgo that's in a relationship, this is your soulmate. Okay? This is the angel that was brought to you. You need to open up. You need to accept it. Whatever relation, I'm not getting any negative vibes if you are in a relationship. I'm getting it's in this like fetal stage. Your love is in a fetal stage. You don't know how, it's like so crazy. It's almost like baby, like young, like scared. It's almost like, a teenager trying to figure out what love and relationships are all about, and you don't know. It's interesting. Maybe you're a young Virgo watching. Okay. All right. Let's look at the Work Your Light Oracle cards. Let's get overall messages for Virgo for the month of February 2019. Overall love, life, and romance and relationship messages for Virgo. Relationship messages for Virgo. Virgo. Whoa. Virgo. Here we go. I'm not going to pronounce these correct. Emrama. Where are you being called to journey to? Virgo, this is a good incarnation for you, I feel. I feel like you've got good karma. You're a good person. But the 3D world is very intimidating to you. And you're possibly, I wouldn't say you're a new soul or an old soul. You're kind of in the middle where you still quite haven't figured it out. And I don't think you've quite been through the toughest lessons of life, unlike some of the other signs that I've read for. You need to ask yourself what you really want in this soul journey, in this incarnation. What is it your mission or your goals or your motivation? What messages do we have for Virgo? All your cards are just so very thoughtful too. I just get that like, I don't, like if someone asks you a question, you'd be like, it's a good question. I don't know. Like, you know, maybe a little bit too polite. Virgo, what messages do we have for Virgo? Okay, dance. I want to dance with somebody. Do something to shift your vibration. Yes, it's okay to be a Virgo. But you know what? Live life a little bit, Virgo. Get out there and dance. Be a weirdo. It's okay. Do movement. Do something. Try something new. Movement is good for knowing your body. If you're intimidated by intimacy in a relationship, or you're scared to be the first person to ask someone out or to tell them how you feel, do something with your body so you get comfortable. And then last card is Starseed. What lights you up? That's so beautiful. What lights you up? What is your passion? And maybe through your passion, it'll get you excited, and knowing and being more in your authentic self will help you gain that confidence and that passion that your soul journey right now so desperately wanting for you. You need more passion. It's, you know, I don't want to offend you, Virgo, but quit being so mundane. You know, bring color to your life. Yeah, it's time for you to mature a little bit. All right, Virgo, I hope you enjoyed your February 2019 general monthly tarot card reading. If you did like the messages and they resonated with you somewhat or a lot, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Share it with another Virgo that you know. Comment below your thoughts, how this pertains to you. If you're interested in a private reading, the information's in the description box below. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at FollowYourArrowTarot. Also, you can send inquiries about personal readings, or just simply write to me. I'd love to hear from you at FollowYourArrowTarot@gmail.com. All right, Virgo, thank you so much for watching this video. I would really greatly appreciate a like, share, and subscribe from you, and I hope that you return next month for your reading. Sending you all the positive, confident energy to you, Virgo, and love and light, and hope you have a blessed February. All right, Virgo, have a wonderful rest of your month.